It is one of the things I'm also liking about how many people are telecommuting now, how many people are going full remote. Like that is also helped in a lot of different issues when it comes to, traffic patterns, all that kind of stuff. Like it's gotten to the point that, there's been, I've been open to the fact that I put my, got myself on sabbatical and all that recently. But I mean today technically is the first day. But like the more I didn't drive as I went fully remote, and I went fully remote, I want to be fully transparent, years before everything went down where everyone else was. And like the more I haven't had to drive and do the daily commute in traffic, the more I just never even want to consider it again. And there have been like job offers like, oh, this is a really generous job offer. Yeah, you just have to drive to this office. Like, no. I'll like I'll visit for a meeting or a team building event. Like I'm not against doing that, but no, I'm not driving day to day, man. I like having that much of my day is still mine. Cuz like even if it's only a 20-30 minute commute, that's still like an hour every single day, so, 5 hours a week somewhere in the area of, 20, 30 hours a month. Well, I guess 20, 25 hours a month is probably more realistic. Like, it adds up so fast. Just be stuck in traffic and have people honking their horns for no reason because it's like, look, man, no one's going. There's 30 cars in front of the car you're honking at. Trust me, your honking is not making this go faster. Alright, so I'm going to put this last bar here, so it's at least symmetrical. But what do we put on this end of the room? Do we put bookshelves? I feel like bookshelves seems like a good one. And none of this is about like efficiency or min-maxing or anything like that. We're making kind of just a nice place. Yeah, so what we'll do is I'll put the two bookshelves there. And then later what we'll end up doing here is oh, the last two fish rot before we could get to eating them. I actually really wanted those calories, but that is what it is. They're gone. But yeah, so I'm thinking is we put the bookshelves here. I get like a home entertainment stand, put our TV on here, two more bookshelves, have a nice little gap here. Probably not. Ultimately, I'll probably at some point take a sledgehammer and smash the half of this freezer and put another freezer there. But I kind of like them being out here because right now I'm cooking with that. I could see putting an antique stove up here and like making this into more of a space, at which point then I might move it in. Basically, I'm thinking like this would be like a living room kind of space, this quadrant here. There's just like a big storage, like sauna looking place. I could see making this a kitchen. And I've got a little gap here, I can put a toilet back there under the stairwell. We'll see. Oh, right. Am I at cooking high enough that we can use rotten food now? Because normally it won't give you the option of rotten food. Can't remember if it was 7 or 8 that you can cook with rotten food. Yeah, it's fresh now. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It doesn't give hunger. It just gives unhappiness. That's safe, right? Seven safe? Someone confirm that? There is a point when you get high enough cooking skill that you can just use rotten food. It's perfectly fine. The consequences, like as you see here, it's basically not going to give me hunger or anything. Yep. And if you go to link anything with the wiki, let me know in advance. I just have to permit it first. Yeah, because I do know it is 7 or 8. I just don't remember which. Because it's pretty rare I actually get that high in cooking just because, you know, stuff happens. I'm thinking it's safe because I would assume at this point it would say this is not okay. Because I don't believe it gives you the option to use rotten stuff if you can't. Alright, so we grabbed ourselves a bunch of veggies. And we are back out to get back to the Riverside Country Club. Now that we got past the day that was foggy. Alright. So we are going to be picking up where we left off with the push for the country club. That's been going pretty well. We've got kind of the main building. But so we got the most of the main building clear. We got the most of that horse track clear. We've got the neighborhood's houses clear. So we're getting pretty close to the point that we'll declare the country club cleared. We're not quite there yet. But once we do that, I am debating whether we make our next destination the warehouse for Riverside, because it's right there to the west, or we just start pushing for Riverside itself. Okay, so at 7 we can use rotten food. You just get like a fraction of what you'd normally get out. Cool. Why can't I do anything with it? Why can't I salad or anything with you? Whatever, I'm not gonna fight it. Why? Oh, that was dumb. We just wasted it. My veggies are frozen. You can't prepare veggies. So I just wasted 2 rotten fish. That's fine. Whatever. There's no crying over spilled fish. So our skills are coming along well. Still need the tailoring book, which was expert tailoring. I believe I got everything else. Oh no, I just had to wait for the veggies to thaw and then I could put them in the salad, but for whatever reason we weren't able to eat the fish salad, nor were we able to add veggies, so I'm like, okay, that's weird. And I think it's because it's considered a fish salad as opposed to like some other type of salad that we just weren't able to, I don't know, I don't get why we couldn't eat it. I guess technically it wasn't going to give us any hunger at all. So that would imply to me that eating it served no purpose. That might be why we couldn't eat it. Versus like, had we waited for the veggies to thaw, we could have then added some veggies and it would have had nutritional value. Didn't see you till the last minute. Well, there's another zombie not in our world anymore that we'll never get the kill for. And a little bit of damage to our car. Don't like it. We only have mechanic 2. I do need to work on it at some point, honestly. Like, it is one of the many things I need to just sit down and work on. Because if we get that up a couple points, then when we get a car that's nice and starts breaking, we can just repair it. As it stands, once they get worn out enough, I just put them in a parking space and ignore them. One of the things that's holding us back is I still don't have a jack. Like, I know where I can find one, but it's in an area with lots of zombies. There's, way out to the west by one of the stops, there's a land raider that's in the middle of a high pop area. That, not high pop, but like, pretty respectable pop area. That, it's one of the ones where it's the event where it's missing a tire and they've got the jack and the spare there. It's just I have to clear out the zombies to really get at it. And it's like, well, clearing that out is the same thing as like clearing out the resort or a town or whatever, so I might as well just keep on my current target and spin by that later. We'll find a jack. That won't be a problem. Alright, this time I go this way and go the loop in front of the horse track and just see if we see zombies here. If we do, kill them. We're just basically going to take a patrol of the country club, see what we see, kill them all, and hopefully pretty soon we'll be able to declare this place cleared. Now, granted, clear doesn't mean there's no zombies at all in it. It means there's just no real measurable amount of zombies that we stroll through without seeing stuff on a regular basis. Like if I'm blasting horns, like only 5-10 zombies roll out. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Part of me also wants to keep the push going towards Riverside in hopes that we find any type of emergency vehicle with sirens that's in working order to actually drive around. So we can drive around with the sirens to draw stuff out. Yep, because unfortunately at this point I think we've seen 6 police cars. All of them were wrecks, and I think 2, maybe 3 ambulances. Same deal, all wrecks. We haven't found a single one that wasn't a full-on wreck. But yeah, some of them do. One moment. You had buffalo ranch chicken strip sandwich and some fries and vanilla shake. Yeah, I can get on board with that. I've got myself some Chinese going, and by Chinese I mean it's like the least Chinese it's barbecue. But Dan wonton soup. I do like some proper Chinese, just today being lazy. Alright, so we saw probably like 10 or so zombies in the loop, that's good. Okay, so next up I think we go east towards where we have that subdivision that we've been staying in. Just do a lap around there and take the east road out where we haven't cleared, so I would expect to see more zombies. But that's the idea, is we haven't cleared there, so let's get rid of them. Because I also suspect this is a place that we're going to have tons of zombies just out in the trees that'll almost never come out for us until we start getting sirens to like really draw them out. So we're just clearing them out. Our goal isn't to get rid of every one of them. Our goal is just to clear it out enough that we feel like, hey, this is mostly clear. That was one nice thing when I had the truck up and running. It had a terrible, terrible muffler and engine. So it was just the loudest thing driving around the road. Which is perfect for this purpose, because you just go strolling through and the zombies would come out of the trees from everywhere. And I think I will follow the south road here, just because it's the one we take the least often. So, it'll be more likely to have zombies we've missed. But I am planning just following the road around the golf course lot. I kind of don't like to. I say as I immediately see a zombie at the house we sleep in, so I'm going to turn and deal with that real fast. But I don't like going through the golf course area, because there's just trees really close. Which makes it really hard to get out and fight zombies. If you're like blocked in by zombies, it's really difficult to turn around. Oh no, Yo-Yo. When you're saying Ellenstown, you mean Ekron? Yeah. Yeah. That sucks. I mean, on the upside, 5,500 is a very respectable kill count. Like, I know there's lots of people who, like, see the streams that where I'm getting up to, you know, like, pretty close to 20,000 kills, and they're like, but I only kill, like, 500. It's like, yeah, well, 500 is not a bad kill count. Like, nothing to be ashamed of it, especially if you're on settings where you don't have, like, as many zombies and that kind of stuff. Like, part of the thing that lets me get these kill counts is the fact that this is only our second town we've gone into, and I'm at almost 19,000 kills. Whereas, like, base population, the entirety of Riverside's cleared at that point, and then some, and we still wouldn't have that kill count. How good, like, you look like you are in really good shape, Car. Let's talk. I think I've checked you before, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, other than the window we busted out, I mean, was broken when we found it. You are in great shape. Did you have gas? And I did see the zombie over there. I'm just not even worrying about it. Yeah, you're basically a full tank gas. Okay, so that's a good... Things have gone wrong. We need a car to get out of here, car. Oh yeah, losing Nimble is just not fun. Like, especially with these builds like this where you go down to 0 Nimble again, you're just like, no! Okay, we got a horde up there, like an actual horde. So we'll stop to kill them. I thought it was an actual horde. It was starting to look like a much smaller group than I thought it was. Alright, drop back to the road, and this road we're going onto now I haven't cleared yet, so I would expect to fight more zombies than we've been fighting as we get onto it. I don't know how bad it'll be, because we have made a lot of noise over here, so we could have drawn most of the zombies away from it. It actually also has really tall fences around most of it as well, so it means it's unlikely zombies will have migrated into it in any meaningful manner. But there's no way to know without looking. I'm also going to try and be real careful on it because a lot of this road is covered by trees. I'm probably not going to be able to get away from the trees to fight the zombies because of just how many trees there are. So I'm not thrilled about any of that. But, you know, gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. Yeah, this road back here. Hi, zombies. Yeah, this place, this bottleneck here, is a really good place to set up base, where you just wall off the two ends of it. It's only like 6 or 8 wide. Then you have fences you can climb over if you're in danger. The zombies can only attack from those two ends. And then on top of that, there's like a large fence around both of the two ends as well. Like, there's a large fence over here and there's a large fence over there. There's an opening here for the record. But, you can, like, it's a very defensible position. And then when you build your base up, when you get to the point of the staircase, you can just keep going. They cannot destroy the metal fences. So you effectively have no threat from either of these sides. It'll just be your ends that can get destroyed. And they can destroy the walls you build at the ends. But like I said, then what you do is you build like a staircase somewhere in here, and you can just make a second floor that sits on top of it and have yourself kind of like a like a place that have a carport underneath. You could just have like a carport underneath here, and then a base sitting on top of it. It's one of the more defensible places on the map. The other one, usually the most popular, if you're just going for raw defense, is the fire department in Rosewood. Because there's only one opening, and then like the other sides are all blocked off. So it's really easy to just wall off one side and suddenly have this giant base. But it is in the middle of Rosewood, so more pop. And I am going slow because it's a narrow road, and I'm probably going to run into zombies here and there and have to back out and figure out where we can fight. I can show you where the where in the map you should be looking. So let's talk about defensible locations. So, first defensible location, this bottleneck right here in the Riverside Country Club. This is a really defensible position. As I just showed, there's a fence along here, fence along there. There's fencing over here. There's fencing along this whole bottom side. So you really don't have to deal with much, just stuff hitting the caps. So that's one really good spot for being just heavily defensible. And if we go down here, this would be Rosewood. I believe this is the... no. I think this is the fire department here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the fire department here. So it's got an opening down here. But otherwise it's got a tall fence that the zombies can't destroy by default the whole rest of the way around. So you can just block off that one side. And suddenly this, it's got a giant parking lot, big green area for growing stuff. So this is a really good base location. If you go way up here, one of the houses up here in West Point, and I don't remember exactly, I want to say it's like up here or maybe over here somewhere, but there's a house here that has the same thing where it's like walled off on all sides and there's just a gap. So it's the same kind of idea as the fire department where you wall off the one side and then suddenly you've got, you know, you can climb over the fence on any side if you do get overrun. But also they can only attack you from one side. Yep. There's also a bunch of other, like, and don't think it's like, oh, you choose one of those three bases. There are tons of good base locations. And like, honestly, you can just go find a lake in the middle of the woods, cut down trees, and make a base location, and that will also be really good. It's just a lot of work. But I mean, for people who like to, you know, quote-unquote Sims with zombies, it's really good work. Like, it's fun. Yep. There's, I'm also a big fan, not for the defensible. Yeah, Cursed Sims is the other name I hear tossed around. So we're gonna go this way because there's buildings this way. I'm feeling like we're getting really close to calling the country club cleared. Because I'm not gonna worry about the occasional zombie out in the golf course. Like that's not a thing I'm dealing with. Like we're walking around and only finding 4 or 5 zombies every 10-15 minutes or so. That's feeling pretty clear to me. Like I said, we'll have migrations who roll in here and bring us a new 50 zombies left as well. That's just the nature of this run. Well, check out these buildings up here. I want to say one of these is actually a mechanic, which might work out well for us. I will say, if we do declare the country club cleared, then what we end up doing is I will take... Oh, come on, zombie. You could have come earlier. What I will say is, then I'll probably take the western route into Riverside, like, so a totally just separate drive from this, and start pushing the city itself. Oh yeah, this big area just having 4 or 5 zombies over here. Yeah, this place is looking... Oh, never mind, there's more, but still. This is feeling pretty good. These are like negligible numbers of zombies for this run. Now, if I recall correctly, this is a garage? I mean, obviously it's a garage. Let's hit this door a couple times first. Anything shaking loose? I just want to see if there's a zombie in this corner we couldn't see before I climbed through the window and got grabbed. Come on, Jack. I mean, I'll take it. It's not a Jack, but I will take it. I'm not actually worried about taking everything. Like, I generally don't care about most of it. I'm looking for stuff that's specifically useful. Here we go. Get into my life. Glue, always. Give me the glue. And I believe, I'm pretty sure I have all these books. Worst case, I can just come back and get them later. But I'm pretty sure I have them all already. Right, those replace stuff. Yep, never mind. Why have one Jack when you can have 2? You can use garbage bags for, sorry, cool. Car charger as well. You can use them for rain barrels. Alright, let's grab some of the stuff ditched in the car here because, you know, we can make use of this. You can also, in a pinch, use them as a bag for carrying stuff. They're pretty terrible, but if you literally have nothing else, they are better than literally nothing else. Okay, and the reason I want to drop those off is there's those 2 batteries. I do want to grab the car batteries. Because those can be useful in a pinch. If we have a battery that gets completely drained, I can grab one of these. Because we found both a sport and a standard. There are a bunch of tires in here. I'm going to leave them here. Because I know I can come back. And tires are really heavy, I don't want to deal with it. Like, compared to the batteries, the tires are really heavy. I think the batteries are probably like, what, 5 units each? Yeah, versus those tires are like 15. We are not climbing through this window next to him. Alright, I'll come back for you later, zombie. I actually don't care about much in there, if I'm being honest. So, you do you, buddy. Okay, so we're going to keep doing our lap here. We'll get out to the, we'll get back to where we've been sleeping, sleep the night, and then we'll go and take one of the other roads. But yeah, how are we feeling about calling this place cleared pretty soon? I know there's that zombie down there, but if I climb through the window right next to him, he's just going to grab me and get me. And he's going to take probably a day and a half to knock that stupid door down. I mean, I'm not going to call it cleared yet, but like, once we do this lap, we kill a bunch of these zombies here. We're feeling pretty quiet. Yeah, no, and I made that clear, like, with the calling stuff cleared, we're not saying that there's literally no zombies left. We're saying that there's basically just, like, negligible presence of zombies, because they're just going to keep coming in for migrations, and all we do is we'll just pop on by, do a lap here and there, wipe out whatever's left. I was gonna say, I really don't like being pushed back to these trees. It is not a feel good time. I just have to watch, because some of these roads like aren't really car roads, or like golf cart. So they get very tricky to drive around. I mean, these aren't particularly good car roads as is. Oh, tennis courts. I was like, wait a second, what was that building? Oh, that's not cleared. The tennis courts are hot. I don't know. That said, where I said the tennis courts are hot, they're already pretty quiet now. They were hot. It was like, looked over there, it was like, oh, there's like 20 zombies in there. That's not all what I would call clear. But we're getting there real quick. Saw a couple up here. There you are. I miss when there was light in this world. Okay, tennis court's cleared. And the tennis court we can say is actually 100% clear considering it's a box with only one way in. Okay, I can see that. Squash is good. I don't think we're gonna find many zombies here because these should be close enough. All the trouble we were making at the, I mean, we can tell for the fact all the windows and doors are busted out. That the zombies that were in there we drew out with our sirens and everything. Okay, so that loops back. I'm just gonna squeeze through here real fast. Don't mind me. And we've been here. This is that back parking lot we wiped out. It's actually where we retrieved that car that we're driving right now from, is this back parking lot. Let's check what's this way, because I haven't been this way. It's a dead end, so I don't have to loop back through here. I'm not expecting much. We're still pretty close to where I was blasting my alarms and honking horns and all sorts of stuff. I will answer your question in just a second. I can't really see, so I'm kind of super focusing because it's dark. That's not the one I want to put away. Put that back on your belt. Do you have any advice for the One Painful Year challenge? I haven't done that challenge. It's one I'm considering doing for our next challenge. But my understanding, and I could have incomplete information. Let's see, actually I'll just read what you've got written here as soon as I'm in the car where I don't have to worry about getting grabbed. Here, I'll pause. Yo-Yo says, do you have any advice for the One Painful Year challenge? Yesterday I spawned in West Point, got a bit of time to loot the first house, then killed 10 by hand because I had no weapon. Then a horde saw me, and I balled them up and tried to clear the area, and ball them was so huge I couldn't lose it. Generally speaking, and I don't know the details with the one painful year challenge to really be able to answer the question, but usually when I'm dealing in those high pop areas with all that, I don't commit to staying in the city unless it's part of the rules of the challenge. Otherwise, I won't try and ball them up on higher populations to sneak around and get into places. Usually what I'll do is I will just beeline outside the city, go until I can get rid of the zombies on me, then I will turn around and try and push my way into something in the city if I want to stay at that city. Otherwise, I might stop at like a farmhouse just to get a couple of tools, a little bit of food, a little bit of water, then push in. Just get your base supplies off the ground. But I'm trying, like, if it's a higher pop challenge, trying to just stay in the city can be extremely difficult unless you get some good weapons. Like, you get lucky and you find a fireman's axe or a claw hammer or something. Could have sworn there was 3 of them. But yeah, now if I'm just missing a requirement of the one painful year challenge that I don't know, like I have to stay in the city or something, just let me know and I'll try and adapt that advice. My character should have turned in a while ago because of sleep, but I was just like, I want to push this last dead end, so now we're fighting when we shouldn't be. But that's okay. We'll manage. Said you couldn't manage to have resources to keep walking and your character was just too exhausted. Yeah, if you're saying you don't have the resources, I assume that means you didn't find a water bottle, which is sometimes just the way it rolls. The good news is don't panic too much, because like actually you can clear a good portion of the map without any water. Like dehydration, while it's dangerous, it does take quite a while to catch up to you. Like it is, and that's your next concern after zombies is dehydration. Yeah, I didn't want to stay in that car very long. That's the reason I just checked the glove box and got out immediately. Figured there's a good chance the zombie could hear us. I think someone posted a link about the challenge in Discord, which is probably where I'd prefer it, just because you post it here in stream chat and this is going to be gone. I think I might even have it bookmarked on my computer, because like I said, it is a challenge I was debating, because I understand you you turn up the zombie AI so they'll open windows and doors and that kind of stuff. There was a bunch of different things like dark nights and all that, or it was like pitch black nights, whatever they call it. Okay, so let's get out of here. We have overstayed our welcome. We're getting legit sleepy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in Discord. If not, like, I can look it up. But yeah, my understanding about the challenge was like the nights are super dark. The population's I think it's like insane pop, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a little bit higher. The zombies have their AI tuned up so that they'll remember you longer, as well as they will open windows and doors and whatnot. I'm trying to remember what else was in the challenge. So like someone walked me through the whole challenge on stream one point. And like it sounds really good. The only thing I have a hesitation with it is the pitch black night. And not for me, the player challenge, but rather how that would be for the stream. Oh, and you must change location every 4 months? Yeah, that's not a problem. I can do a nomadic run. Yeah, and that's like my only reservation with it. It's like, okay, the pitch black night would be a no good, but yep. Because like that was one of the ones I've had a few people express concern about. That's like, no, that's fair. Like if you can't see like either, like that's the thing. The moment you take out the pitch black night, like that's a very key part of the challenge. Is that being out at night is just asking to die. Open windows, like they will unlatch and open the window. You can actually have the zombies do that. Which basically means when it comes to sleeping, either A, you really need to make sure you haven't gotten a zombie's attention towards that window and they're not going to randomly walk up to you. Or B, you need to be in a room that doesn't have a window, or C, you got to board up the window. Because if you board up the window, they've got to bang on it first before they get in. But, the scarier one, honestly, versus, the windows are one thing, it's the doors that worry me, because, like, you either have to barricade them, or just, like, the door you have to get lucky and have the zombie that has a key to that house so you can lock the door behind you, because if you lock the door, then they can't just bang it down, or they can't just open it, they have to, like, knock it down first, which then makes them pretty normal zombies. It's pretty much what it takes away your ability to do is just poke your nose into some random house and go to sleep. Gotcha. So you're saying pitch black night, I can still see the cone ahead of me, kind of thing? It's just anything outside that cone is just literally you cannot see. Yeah, I mean, you could sleep in houses. It's just way more dangerous. Like, if you miss a zombie, there's a chance that zombie just pops their nose in and gets you. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no respawn, that makes it way easier. Because if you're talking about I have to move every 4 months, like, we cleared the first city in under 4 months. And that's like, we're like effectively full clearing. Yep. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it'd be too bad. So it's like literally the the perfect Dark Knight is the thing that's more scary. Hey, Omega Zomboid, how's it going? Because it's pretty rare that I have to like sneak into a house and just get to sleep and hope for the best.